Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Parc'd podcast by Park Fem. Today is episode Zhou Guan Yu, and it's episode 24.
Yes.
I personally love Zhou Guan Yu. He's one of my favourite
Same.
drivers. He has been one of my favourite drivers since he was in F2. He's one of my
I
mum's
love
favourite drivers as well. My mum used to always watch F1. Like before I was born, she watched F1. She was a massive Michael Schumacher fan. She was also a massive Martin Brundle fan. Purely based on the fact that we're from the same area, so from the same town. So it's like, you know. So then, well, obviously, we watched F1. I like Jenson Button because I thought his last name was funny. And then she stopped watching F1 when Michael Schumacher retired. Fair. Almost like Celeste nearly stopped watching when Sebastian Vettel retired.
I'm still considering it.
And then, obviously, I became a Lewis Hamilton fan. And my mum did not like Lewis Hamilton at all. Really hated him. She said she doesn't like him, and she actually really doesn't like him because he's too arrogant. I told her to put two and two together that her favourite driver is Michael Schumacher, and she doesn't like Lewis Hamilton because he's arrogant. But apparently I'm wrong.
That's funny.
So a lot of the time I'd just watch it in my room, and then I started paying for Sky Sports F1, so now I watch it in the living room because I can watch it on the TV because I pay for it, and a lot of the time I have to record races because I work. And obviously I watch a lot of F2 and F3, and obviously now we refer to Zhou as Zhou Guan Yu, as that's what Zhou Guan Yu prefers. That's the Chinese way of saying it is Zhou Guan Yu. The UK, like British English way, would be Guan Yu Zhou. So in F2 they would used to refer to him as Guan Yu Zhou. And Mum used to love that, and she'd come and sit in. She'd watch F2 with me, but she wouldn't watch F1. She'd always stick her head in to see how Zhou was doing and how Callum was doing. So when Zhou went up to F1, I texted her and I was like, "Oh my god, Zhou's got an F1 seat," and she was so happy about it. But Zhou's her second favourite to George Russell for the exact same reason as to why Martin Brundle was one of her favourites. The reason George Russell's one of her favourites. Anyway. It was Australia weekend because obviously I was sleeping in the living room, and I just made camp in the living room. Like Katie can confirm, I made camp in the living room.
Good.
Because I just didn't sleep because obviously I was up watching F1, F2, and F3, and obviously F3 and F2 at stupid o'clock in the morning. But I had to because I was working it, and I was showing her the clips, obviously, of like Lewis in interviews because he's so bored of them now, and he's just sitting there with his legs swinging backwards and forwards, and
yeah, I saw that clip.
he just like constantly looking around for anything. And she was like, this is funny." I was like, "Yeah, Lewis Hamilton, good guy." I was like, "He's changed. He's changed, man, mum. He's different now. He's won 7 world championships. He's just not as arrogant anymore." And the thing is, though, is that my brother also decided that when he was going to get into F1, Lewis Hamilton was his favourite. So Mum was really confused how, as a Michael Schumacher fan who does not like Lewis Hamilton, how both of her children decided to be Lewis Hamilton fans. She just wasn't mathing. Anyway, after the Australia weekend, she has now started to become a Lewis Hamilton fan. So my work is done. So now George Russell's still her number 1 and Zhou Guan Yu is still her number 2, but Lewis Hamilton is creeping up her likings.
Her list, yeah.
So Zhou Guan Yu in celebration of Ange. Anyway, that was a really bad sidetrack. We have a lot to talk about.
I also realised there's another driver that I very, very much like that doesn't do F1, but his driver number's 24.
Is it Jake Hill?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I was like, I swear I've seen someone else race with the number 24. I was like, let me just check torrent cards because it's probably like one of the rookies that I read about, and I was like, oh fuck, no, it's Jake Hill.
That's actually shitty.
Oh, well, we have a lot to discuss this week because last time we filmed was the 30th of March because we've just been very, very busy. Like, insanely busy. All of us have had mismatching schedules, and then obviously me and Celeste were in Portugal, and me and Celeste are actually in Spa this weekend. You'll be seeing this a bit later because that podcast episode is going to go out this week as we're filming this. It's currently Monday, the 24th. So that's going out. You'll see that. And the vlog from Portimao will also go out. So this one will actually come out just after we've been to Spa. yes, I need to make sure that's edited and exported before I go away, because I'll actually be at Celestis when this goes live. So if it hasn't gone live during that week, you know it's because I just completely forgot again. Anyway, before we get on to everything we have to discuss, would you like a guess who?
Yes, let's do it.
Sure.
Go on. Torture us.
Question number 1.
Oh, God.
Oh, I don't actually know how factually correct this is, but when I was looking at their like driver database and Wikipedia and stuff, there was this gap. So I'm assuming, this driver started karting in 2008, but didn't compete in karting in 2009 and 2010, and then started competing in 2012.
Whoa.
Whether this is true or not, I don't know, but they have absolutely no karting history for 2009, 2010. They do in 2008 and they do in 2011.
Right.
Really random.
That's nothing.
Oh,
Well, I've had every single time, but like the first question, just the coding question, I'm like, well, I've absolutely no clue.
Oh,
I have no clue.
there's so many bloody series that have been on there.
Well, I have my driver card in front of me, and the first one is Juan, so go for Juan.
Don't talk to me about Juan Manuel driver cards, please. Yeah, funny. Put it down
Ready?
before I cry.
Why?
Oh,
Because mine is unsigned, and I didn't get to see him.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I didn't.
We'll see him again.
No, I
sometime.
won't. He's literally not
No,
at Spawn. He's not at Monza.
I don't know. Bring it to me, and I'll try to get it signed and sent for it.
Thank you.
That's the first time I think I'll see him.
I'm taking it to Spa and I'm getting Renee to sign it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can give it to Renee, and then he can give
I'm
it.
like, Renee, sign it. Return it
Sign
to me
it.
in Monza.
Yeah,
Get it signed in
exactly.
Le Mans, return it to me in Monza. Katie,
Yeah.
any name guesses?
I don't know. I don't know.
I just realised I have not been writing down the answer. I've lost my sticky pad. I'll go off with this one. Guess a name. Any name.
Piastri, I don't know.
Oh my god, I also forgot to mention Naomi's not here.
In case you haven't seen it yet, Naomi's not here.
Naomi's not here. Naomi's got a bad head. She was going to be here, but she's not well. So, Naomi's not here. Anyway. Fact number 2.
Right.
During karting, this
Oh
driver...
god, no, not a coding one.
Whoa. This is just...
Can't do it, coding.
During karting, this
Yeah.
driver was noticed by the Lotus F1 Drivers Program.
Oh fuck, that is a long time ago.
Oh my god, not the Lotus.
I have no clue who drove.
No clue.
Who did Lotus become? Who did they get bought out by? Or did they not?
Was that Red Bull? No, it wasn't Red Bull.
No, was it
well,
not no, not Alpine.
is it Renault?
I can hear the men coming for us right now.
True.
How do you
Yeah,
guys
'cause-
not know who Lotus
Well,
is?
I think they become.
It might have actually been
Renault.
Renault.
I think it was
and then
Renault.
obviously
None of
Alpine.
you guys Google it. I'll Google it. Because I don't know
Okay.
if it's accidentally going to come up with drama.
True.
Oh yeah, god, let's not cause drama.
Could you imagine it just pings up?
Well, I mean, at least. No, I'm just not gonna make.
Well, I still have no clue who the fuck is them.
Race from 2012 to 2015. Knew that much. But who did you become after? They were purchased by Renault!
Can I get a point for that?
Absolutely not!
Shit.
I'm
Guess the Guess Who driver correctly and you can have some points.
I'm gonna
Well,
change my guess.
Yes.
it's definitely number 4. Yeah, I'm gonna want to change my guess.
I'm gonna go with Esky Bestie. Esteban on.
Bestie, bestie.
Only because I'm just trying to think of
Oh.
Renault, Alpine drivers, if it all evolved,
I was gonna say maybe Nico Hulkenberg, but
it would have been
he's a
quite
bit. I was gonna say he's a bit too old to go karting in 2012.
Yeah.
I think. Who else is running? Or Lotus, or well, I don't know the Lotus. So I have to go for Renault. Can't even remember.
I don't have any other names, so I'm just gonna go with Esteban. But I don't think
Then-
it is because I'm pretty sure he race karted earlier.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Nico, even though I know it's wrong. I just need something else than karting to go on.
Okay, one sec. I just need to turn Celeste down because for some reason she's at 200. Okay.
Oopsie.
Okay, so question number 3. This driver has competed in ADAC Formula 4 and Italian Formula 4.
Ooh. Well, it could still be a lot.
I follow is British Formula 4.
I followed Adok because they come to Sanford.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I know any of the drivers.
To be fair, I was gonna watch the F4 race.
Oh, it was so good.
That one. I was going
Yeah.
to, and then I heard the commentator's voice. I was like, I can't sit through that for like half an hour. I can't do it.
The thing is, I've watched Italian F4 last season, I think, or the season before with Sebastian and Dino Beganovic in it, but
Yeah.
that's not helping because I know they're both not Lotus related
Hang on.
in any way or form.
Sorry, I had to turn Celeste down again because it was still, it pinged itself back up to 200 and I was like, why?
Oopsie. Oh my god, this is difficult. I feel like we're probably gonna know it.
Yeah, you do.
Oh shit. I hate when you say that and I have absolutely no clue and I'm like, fuck. Wait. F4.
Do you want the next one? It might help a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, fact number 4. This driver has never won a championship in feeder series with their closest finish, so like championship finish,
Yeah.
being 4th. So they've never been a champion, they've never been 2nd in the championship or 3rd in the championship in any of their feeder series career.
That makes it even more difficult. I think the most difficult for me is that I don't know where to look. I don't know if it's an F1 driver or an FE driver, an IndyCar driver, or
It's the fact that I'm having to go back
motor.
to Lotus.
They are not
Yeah,
an F1. They are
this
not
is-
an F1 driver. They never have been
Okay.
an F1 driver. They're not an
But they're
FE
still connected to
driver,
Lotus.
and they've never driven an FE. And they're never been an IndyCar driver, and they're currently not an IndyCar driver.
What
Is
is
it
left?
WEC?
WEC we have.
It's not gonna be a touring cars driver because I swear to God, I will Pierre Gasly myself in this situation.
If it's a touring car driver, you
It's
can
not a
absolutely
touring cars
sign me
driver.
off
Okay,
right
It's not a
now.
touring cars driver. I wouldn't do that to Celeste, because Celeste would be like, I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, I know Jake Hill, and I know
Yeah.
Hamilton, and that's why it stops.
Whereas there's me with WEC. I don't know.
Well, apparently you do. Okay, so someone who's WEC, Lotus, karting related. Oh, but then, yeah, okay, but a WEC championship, no, it's a WEC championship.
I don't know.
I'm guessing, I would say LMP driver then. If he signed with Lotus as well.
They didn't sign with Lotus.
Which
They
is
just
sort
didn't
of-
notice
well,
about
yeah.
Lotus.
Yeah, but, oh yeah, okay. Lotus is so far back.
You're right there, Katie.
I have no light.
Jeez.
I've got the touring cars on my screen and it timed out. So it just went dark.
Oh my god.
I think
I
think clue number 5 will pretty much give it away.
Oh, that is sad. I'm trying to think
Not
of
an
any.
F1. It's not Formula
It's
E. It's
probably
F1.
WEC then. And when I said
Yeah.
LMP2, I got a smile, so it might be LMP2. Um,
I can't think of
that still leaves me
anyone that's
quite
not.
cute. Yeah, that's. I'm now thinking like LMP2 and drivers you would know. But
It's not
then
F1, is it? It's not Korea.
I think he started. If he, how old is he? For me, he's still like.
Yeah, but
Oh,
then
how
I thought that Jake Hughes was like was like my
yeah, true.
I remember
You're
you
going,
thinking
yeah,
Jake Hughes was young, and I was
28.
like, babes, he is not. Well,
I
no,
was
he is
like,
young. He is young.
what?
Well, to be fair, Juan never did win a championship. He never
Yeah.
came close to winning a championship. He's never been in F1. He's never been in. Does a rookie test count for Effie?
I said he didn't race in FE.
I don't even know if he did the rookie test.
That's the only one that I know that definitely know that's done WEC. I can put money on this done WEC.
How do you not know any other WEC LMP2
To be
drivers?
fair, if it is Juan, then thank you for the card because I had it first guess.
Do you want
Okay.
clue number 5?
Yeah, do it.
This driver has competed with Prema, Genza, Art,
Yeah.
ART, VAR,
ART.
and Charu.
That's Juan. 100%.
And number
Yay.
6 was, I never got to meet this driver in Portimao because I was too busy talking to somebody else.
Oh, sad story.
No.
Oh, I gotta guess one then.
Yeah, I did write you down that you got it and guess what.
I didn't really guess it. It was just luck that he was on top of my pile of driver cars. But you know what?
No, I was pretty impressed.
A win is a win.
It was almost like fate.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that story of me, we spent Saturday, we were like, the hunt for Juan, because if there's one driver we both want to meet, it's Juan and
Yeah.
Antonio.
I really wanted to see him.
We couldn't find Juan. So, Sunday,
Nowhere to be found.
when we were in the autograph session, we went down to see Juan, right? And so if you don't know, Juan is on a team with Ben Viscal and Felipe Jurgen. I know Ben Viscal's PR manager through working with Feeder Series. And I get on quite well with him. And I thought I'd been seeing him around the track on the Saturday. I knew he was there, but I was too scared to approach a random man if I wasn't 100% sure it was who I thought it was. So on the Sunday, we're waiting to meet Juan. There's literally one person in front of Celeste, and I am literally behind Celeste. And I see this man staring at me, and I'm like, was that Alice? And I was like, yes. So then I started talking to said Bent Viscal's PR man. And we stood there talking for ages. And in that time, Juan got up and left. So I said,
It was so sad.
can you at least get me the driver card? And he grabbed the last driver card, and it is not signed.
It was on time. Yeah.
And I was like, it's fine. I'll see him at the next race. And then I clocked. He's not going to be at Spa because he's racing in
This is
Baku.
Baku.
And he's
Yeah.
not going to be at Monza because he's racing in Silverstone. So I was like, it's fine. We're going to Le Mans. Oh, wait. We're not in the paddock for Le Mans. So there's
Sad
that.
story.
We'll never meet Juan. Yeah. It is what it is. I did kind of meet Juan. He smiled at me as he had to walk away, and I smiled at him.
Crying as you did.
He did hear your name though, because when I walked up to so we were in like this line, and I was still convinced you were right behind me. So Juan gave me like his autograph card. I was like, "Oh, can we please?" I was like, "How are you?" And he was like, "Oh, good, good." And I was like, "Can we please take a photo with you?" And he was like, "Yeah, fine." So I turned around because the photo was behind us. So I turned around and you were gone. I was like, "Shit!" And then I saw you standing there, and I was like, "Oh, Alice, come take a photo with Juan." He was like, "Oh, fine, just do one with yourself first, and then your friend will come later." And then I walked over to you, and then as we wanted to walk back, he was already gone.
Yep.
And it's a very
Because
sad
if I'd
story.
have heard her say Alice, I would have gone, hang on a second, Renee, I'll be back.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't hear her say my name.
No.
And then Renee's response to it was like, well, did you at least get a Bent one? And I was like, yes, I got Bent Viscal's autograph card. So then I waited patiently for Bent to drive around so I could send a photo of the Bent card with Bent in the back.
I have. I like it photo.
It was a good photo, actually.
It's nice. Yeah.
So, yeah. I just thought, you know, that gave us a little bit of a. This gives us Juan Manuel being the guess who gives us either. I would say the best bet here is to discuss the fact that F1 and F2 is back this weekend, because obviously Juan racing in F2. Because then I think the quiz leads us on nicely into everything that's happened.
Alright.
So, F1, F2 is back. F1 and F2 haven't raced since Australia at the end of March, so it's been like 4 weeks, I think.
4 or 5, yeah.
4 weeks, I want to say.
Just like a very early like summer break or something.
Yeah, it's like a lot of
spring break.
I've seen a lot of people reference it as spring break.
Yeah. Spring break, yeah.
To be fair, I myself personally have kind of enjoyed it. I'd understand why people that only watch F1 probably didn't enjoy it so much. But
I honestly loved it.
Yeah, I enjoyed
so done with F1 already.
I think it's purely because, obviously, so Formula E had just kind of had like a mini break, and obviously we had Brazil and then a couple weeks out. And then obviously Formula E was coming back. WEC was starting in Europe. We obviously had British touring cars starting. IndyCar was off for a while, wasn't it?
Yeah, IndyCar still does have quite big gaps.
But like there was also a lot of other feeder series starting up, and like this past weekend has been like hectic, and the weekend before that was quite hectic with racing. So if F1 was thrown in on top of that, I probably would have had a mental breakdown, especially if F2 had thrown. So no, I actually quite enjoyed like a F1 free period.
Me too.
It's been a chaotic
especially one. Going to so many races this like month.
Yeah.
I would have missed all and everything about F1, F2, F3, whatever.
Yeah, because we've got obviously we're at Spa this weekend, which is the Saturday.
Yeah.
Which obviously is the Baku sprint race, and obviously F2's on, so we've got to try and figure out how to watch that at the same time as watching WEC.
Yeah.
But like, we've also on the Sunday it's not too bad. Because obviously there's no WEC on. But Formula E is the following weekend, not this weekend, next weekend, for Monaco.
Yeah.
Or it's also Brands Hatch for touring cars, which I'm going to.
Oh, it's also F1 Miami, because Kelsey went, we're not going to be able to watch Miami qualifying. And I said, why? She was like, we're at Post Malone.
Oh,
and I said, okay, yeah. Why? I was like, I'll be in the pit watching. we're in the golden circle, and it's just me going, yeah. And it's also me watching Miami qualify. I personally love Baku.
I do.
I do love Baku.
You love the castle section.
We did not have to bring that up.
Can I insert
Katie's
recreation of? Do you
I'm stupid.
What was the what were you acting out? It was when we were doing F1 charades.
Yeah.
And you were acting something out.
Oh god.
Were you acting? I think you were acting out Baku, and then you were just like acting. And instead of just doing like back you, she decided to throw herself into a chair to represent Charles Leclerc, sending it into the castle. There were so many easier ways you could have done that, and that's just
okay. So, but then talking
it
about
wasn't supposed about being easy. It was like created for the content.
So if we're going to talk about Baku and the castle section, do we also talk about how Hamilton like flipped something switchy and just ran straight instead of taking the corner?
Do you know what we should talk about? No, you know what we should talk about is that the past 5 Bakus, Max Verstappen has DNF'd from 3 of them.
Oh yeah, amazing. I mean, so sad.
He's probably going to be the first ever driver to win twice in Baku. Isn't that crazy? No driver has won more than once in Baku.
That is crazy.
I know.
But then, to be fair, Baku had a year off in 2017 where absolutely nothing happened. See, you can't even remember it. Nothing happened in 17.
Well, that's just not very polite.
Why? Nothing happened in 17.
Right? Hang on.
I don't know if you've math right. Like I said, nothing happened in 2017. It was just a normal Baku. You know, no Red Bulls crashing into each other, no corners not being taken. No.
Penalty points.
Now tires exploding. You know, it's just a normal race in 2017. Finally.
I was trying to math back. Hang on a second.
Nothing.
This isn't because
nothing.
I don't believe you, by the way. But
No,
like,
there's just nothing happened.
now I'm.
No castle section drama. No exploding tires.
Sebastian
Just a
Vettel
normal
took
race.
the fastest lap.
Oh, yeah, sure he did.
Who retired from that race? Sergio Perez,
And I
Felipe
thought,
Massa, Nico Hülkenberg, Max Verstappen,
Were there
Kvyat.
any time penalties that race?
Time penalties for the race. Oh, it doesn't actually say there was any. It says Carlos Sainz Jr. received a 3-place grid penalty for causing a collision with Felipe Massa at the previous race. Fernando Alonso received a 40-place grid penalty for exceeding his quota of power unit components. Stoffel Van Dorn received a 30-place grid penalty for exceeding his quota of power unit components and a 5-place grid penalty for an unscheduled gearbox change. And Jolyon Palmer failed to set a lap in Q1 and was allowed to race at the discretion of the stewards.
This is qualified. So there was no 5-second time penalty for dangerous driving.
It doesn't actually say there was any. Are you sure we're on about 2017?
I guess there's no dangerous driving then about 2017.
When Sebastian Vettel decided to drive into the side of Lewis Hamilton. I was not correlating 2 and 2 together then.
that documentary or what?
Yeah. When did I do dangerous driving?
And he still finished ahead of him.
I don't know, he had the fastest lap, I just heard.
He finished P4 and Lewis finished P5 and he literally drove into him.
Oh god, I thought you were just like joking with me and then I realized
I was just actually not with it.
It's not clicking in your brain.
Hang on, where's the bit in this Wikipedia thing that says about it?
Honestly, Baku's always been like chaotic drama things happening.
What lot did that happen in? Oh. During both safety car periods, Hamilton repeatedly complained that the safety car was moving too slowly. On lap 19, while still under safety car conditions, Vettel ran into the back of Hamilton, damaging his front wing and Hamilton's rear diffuser. He then drove alongside Hamilton and swerved into his car to protest what he believed was Hamilton brake testing him.
When did I do
However, TV replays and car data showed that Hamilton had not applied his brakes at any point during the first collision. The race stewards put this incident under investigation.
Yeah.
Yep. Love it.
And then Vettel claiming he should get personality of the year, she kept move of the year.
And that's
man of the year.
That's when I decided to be a Sebastian Vettel fan.
Yeah. Oops.
And that's when Lewis and Seb became friends, so thank you, Baku.
Honestly, it changed so much for them. They talked about it in a lot of interviews.
That was the first ever race in Baku as well.
Yeah, I think it was. Either that or 2016.
9. I did my research earlier, it was the first ever race.
Right.
I'm not saying any more. Because it gives too much away. Anyway. I said something. Oops. Anyway. F2. Who's leading F2 at the moment?
Oh, that's a good question.
I'll get it up.
I could tell you who's leading F3 is Bortoleto.
Iwasa.
Oh, yes, it is Iwasa. I should have known that because Iwasa, obviously, if Iwasa keeps up how great he's doing, touch wood. I'm really sorry because that's going to sound really loud on the recording back. If Iwasa goes on to win the championship, keeps up his good streak and goes on to win, he'll be the first ever Asian driver to win the F2 championship. GP2/F2 championship. That's not including Asian GP2, by the way. GP2 Asian, whichever it is. Because I was the one that found that statistic, so I don't know why I didn't know that. I'm excited for F2 at Baku.
Oh, I love F2.
How many retirements do we think that's going to be?
5. A lot. That's a 5.
There's going to be at least 4 safety cars. I can feel it.
Oh,
Whenever I
okay.
watch an F2 race, it's like, there's another safety car. There's another one. There's another one.
Another one.
I love F2.
Oh, I'm more excited for F2 to be back than F1, if
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
very completely honest.
You could just predict what's going to happen in F1 at this point.
Do you know what?
Well,
It's
honestly,
been nice. It's been nice to have a month of not having to worry about Pierre Gasly getting his last point.
yeah, honestly, the Ferrari driver, I'm just over it. I can't be asked
Yeah.
anymore.
I'm over the Mercedes at this point as well.
Yeah, it's just boring. The
However-
whole season's boring. It's just.
Lewis Hamilton posted a shirtless photo. That means someone was getting sacked. Someone didn't get sacked, but we did have a little change around in the Mercedes garage.
Oh, yeah, I read about that.
So hopefully
Very
the car will be
interesting.
better.
hmm
It won't
Yeah.
be, but we can hope and pray.
Honestly, I just want the racing to be better. I don't even care who it is or where my
I
team
want
is.
different
Yeah.
top three.
But if it was being at like the WEC, being an FE, having another WEC race coming up, having a lot of like other racing series apart from F1 made me realize how much I appreciate like actual good racing.
Yeah,
And then,
because
you know,
going into the Portimao weekend, we literally rocked up at our hotel, well, our Airbnb. I'd been sat on the sofa for all of 10 minutes, and Celeste had plugged her laptop into the TV and was showing me the practice results. And laughing at the fact that Porsche were sitting in 10th. One of the Porsche cars were in 10th or something. So I was going into the weekend thinking, we're fucked. And somehow, miraculously, Porsche took a podium. So thank you, whoever was listening to my prayers. But it was unpredictable. The entire race was unpredictable, bar the Toyota.
no.
However,
the seventh car did retire.
well, it
Well,
didn't
retired.
retire. It half
Well,
retired.
yeah. The half retired, came back out, retired again, came again back out.
And it was a masterclass because they got to a point where they were only like a lap behind at one point.
But to be fair, both our other cars
Were broken.
going to absolute shit.
They were so broken.
I mean, we had no brakes left anymore on that car.
Me and Celeste were just going through it, and the thing is though, one of us would complain about the car being broken, right? And then the other would go, one of your cars is still on the podium though. And then Celeste was like, well, I want both of my Ferraris to be on the podium. And I was like, I do not care. As long as one of your cars is on the podium and one of my cars on the podium, both of us are happy. She was like, no, I'm not happy unless both of them are on it. And I was like, well, you're being a bitch, so
Yeah.
not today. So it's not going to be the same in Spa. Actually, it's going to rain in Spa, I think.
I mean, Spa, there's always rain.
I'm so excited.
We had like a 3-hour red flag rain delay last year, so as much as I love the rain and the action that the rain provides, please, no rain, red flags.
Yeah.
They're so hard.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. Can't wait.
Yeah.
But before we talk more about Portimao weekend, do you want to do the quiz? Because the quiz
Yes.
covers everything we've missed. So, like, everything we've gone through. Right, are you ready for the quiz?
Ready, steady.
Ready, steady. There are so many points up for grabs here because every single question is a multiple point question.
Ooh.
No, except one. One question isn't multiple points. Okay, so obviously we've had WEC, we've had IndyCar, we've had MotoGP, we've had British touring cars, we've had Formula E, and obviously we've got F1 coming up this week. So we've got a question for each.
Oh, God.
So there is a British touring cars question in here for Katie.
Yay!
Which
I'm gonna get it
I
right.
did have to make it a little bit harder so she really didn't have too much of an upper hand.
Yeah.
On that one. But I do think you'll probably get it right, or at least the majority of it right.
Okay.
Well, no, I think Katie will. You probably won't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I'll just fuck around.
So,
See what my brain can handle.
question number 1 is WEC in Portimao.
Yes.
Which constructors... Hang on.
I know the answer already.
Which constructors finished in the top 5 in the hypercar class at Portimao?
You know at least two, Katie, and I think you can get a third one as well.
She should know all three. Well, she should know the top three because we mentioned the top three.
Yeah.
So, which constructors finished in the top 5 in the hypercar class at Portimao?
So I know one of the hypercars brands, like also one of the one of the teams in the hypercars, also one of the teams in touring cars. I think it was at least.
Who?
Toyota Gazoo.
Toyota.
Yeah,
Toyota.
I know.
Their place isn't even in the paddock.
The thing when Hypercar wasn't a thing yet, and it was just LMP1 or whatever it was called. I actually used to love Toyota because they had great drivers, they were a great team, they were doing
drivers,
well.
Great team, great cars.
Until we mixed with them, and they're now my competitors. I'm like, get the fuck out.
I would be fine with Toyota, right, in hypercar if we actually had a chance.
Yeah,
Like,
no one ever had a chance, to be fair.
When watching hypercar, like, you always know Toyota's gonna win. Like, that's it. Like, that's all you know.
What's the same with like the prototypes or LMP1, whatever category they were in? No one ever had a chance.
That was when
all of my prayers just hoping LMP2 at the moment.
Yeah.
When we was watching the first one, where was it in America?
Sebring. The 1,000 miles Sebring.
It was just the commentators were like, yeah, not gonna lie, Toyota have had like 5 years more time developing the car than the other teams, so like.
Yeah, they're basically one of the only ones that stayed in their own category.
Yeah, well, because me and Celeste were sat right in front of the Toyota garage right at the beginning of the race, so we could see that.
I almost fell off my seat. You had it.
Oh no, it's staying in. It's staying in. Yeah, we all sat right opposite the Toyota garage, and we just watched them back the car into the garage. We're like, yes, Toyota out! And then 7 laps later, the Toyota car comes out, and we're like, fuck. The thing is, though, they may be 7 laps down, but their car's fast enough to still come back and like finish on the podium.
Them being this fast and WEC being chaotic enough to come back from like 20 laps behind if you want to, it's not a good combination.
Actually. Right, Katie, do you have them written down?
5, yeah?
I didn't say how many constructors there were, but if you got 5, that's
cool. Top 5.
I just wrote down 5 names.
That's fine, because in fact, this was the first time that WEC had 5 different constructors. Toyota, Porsche, Ferrari, Cadillac, Peugeot, Porsche, Ferrari, Toyota, Cadillac, Andretti. It is, in fact, Toyota, Ferrari, Porsche, Cadillac, and Peugeot.
Yeah.
Oh, 4 out of 5. I'm not.
You got
4 out of 5.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3.
I just remember the commentary all the time just mentioning Cadillac, and I was like, I can't remember whether it's Ellen.
That Cadillac sounds so
nice. Yeah.
Oh, it sounds so good.
Hypercar and the Corvette GT are the best cars I ever heard racing-wise.
Thing is, though,
to be fair, Corvettes are nice.
That Corvette is so good.
Before the WEC weekend, I was like, oh, I'll probably be able to like take a nap during the 24 hours of Le Mans. But after hearing how loud those cars are, I'm gonna struggle to take a nap.
Oh god.
But we said we're gonna if we want to take naps, we're gonna have to take it in rotation. Anyway.
Yeah.
So 5 to 4. That's pretty decent starting. So question number 2. We went to Long Beach for IndyCar.
Oh, I actually don't know anything that's gone on this. Wait. I don't know. No, I don't.
Me and Celeste watched it after. So Kyle Kirkwood took his first IndyCar victory. But how many races did he race in IndyCar before winning?
Oh, jeez.
You can have like 1 up, 1 down.
1.
Maybe 2 up, 2 down. We'll go 2 up, 2 down because I'm feeling nice. But this also completely. So I've done this. How many races did he win before winning? So not including his winning race.
Okay.
So say he won on race 5 or something. He'd competed 4 races prior. It didn't take.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that's. I know he started IndyCar last year because he did Indy Lights in 2021. So it can't be
You've probably just
too
helped
much.
Katie so much more. I bet you Katie was thinking in her head she was like 80. But you go,
I'm not
no, he
gonna
started
lie.
last
I'm not
year.
gonna lie. I was like 50 odd.
And Celeste's like, he started in IndyCar last year, and Katie's
See?
like, right, bring that all the way down. Bring it all the way down.
Oops.
I'm funny. I don't even know how many races there are in a season of IndyCar. I'm not gonna lie.
Less than F1, but more than WEC.
Yeah.
How many are in British touring cars?
Going just roughly with this.
There's 10 race weekends, but there's 30 rounds. So there's 3 races per weekend.
Oh. Less than British touring cars in a season.
Okay.
More race weekends than British touring cars.
Yeah.
But less races.
Yeah. Touring cars is weird when it comes to that, but I'm not gonna lie, it makes the whole points. Like, yeah, it makes the championship better because they still get full points for every round.
Oh, that's cool.
So, like, after 3 rounds, the person in first place is like on 48 points or something. So,
Nice.
yeah. That's good.
Nice.
It's good. Let's go lucky number.
Okay, right. What have we got? 16, 25. You are both wrong.
Cool. Thank you.
It was 19.
Oh,
So if you'd
okay.
had 2 up, 2 down, it would have been 17 and 21.
Oh, right.
So you were... Kate was the closest on that one. Okay.
Lucky number.
Question number 3. We've been to Portimao, we've been to Argentina, and we have been to America for MotoGP.
I was gonna say this is MotoGP, right?
So, what were the nationalities of the 3 drivers who have won the 3 MotoGP races so far in 2023?
Well, I know they have like 2 major nationalities in their sports, so I'm gonna go with those.
Let's just go for those.
And then there's probably those are right. Wait, did you say how many we need to guess?
No, I just said what were the nationalities
Okay, yeah,
of
those
the
are
3
yeah.
drivers who have won.
Fuck's sake.
They might share the same nationalities, they might not. There might be 1 nationality, there might be 3 nationalities, there might be 2 nationalities.
See, if you'd have gone to like the top 3 for each weekend, I know guaranteed 1 podium. I know 1 person that got.
Yeah, I guarantee no 1 because I've seen that's the race I've seen.
Yeah, but I can't even remember Portimao podium. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh.
I'm just gonna go with these. There's at least 2 right, because the whole grid, 90% of the grid, like exists of the first 2 that I have. So
Okay, what have
Oh,
we
I only
got?
put 2.
Spanish, Italian, Italian, Spanish, Argentinian, Japanese. It is Spanish and Italiano.
see,
Yay!
90% of the grid is Italian and Spanish. So I was like, at least those 2.
The Spanish was
Should be
Alex
good.
Rins. The Italian
Yeah.
was Bagnaia and...
Yeah.
Who was the other one?
Go on, Paco.
The ones... The one
I only
one
remember
in,
Paco, so.
in Argentina. No, me! I'll tell you.
All I know is watching fucking Mark Marquez's story of him after his operation in his living room cheering on Alex.
Let's see that.
Bagnaia won in Portimao. Marco Bezzecchi won at Argentina, and Alex Rins won in America. I was about to say Australia. It was not Australia. Okay, so this weekend was the opening round of the British Touring Cars Championship.
Uh-oh.
Which 3 drivers, so as Katie said, there's 3 races, okay, per weekend. So which 3 drivers took fastest laps at the British Touring Cars Championship this weekend? Two of the names I know, one of the names I did not know.
Fuck. Did he get no?
I wonder if I'll have another Pierre Gasly moment.
I am. Actually, no. No, this isn't funny. 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 I wasn't focusing on the fucking fastest laps.
Well, you should have focused on one of them.
No, I know, but then I couldn't remember whether he got it taken away from him or not. But he didn't get anything taken away from him for the race. He just got penalties. Funny enough, me and drivers and penalties get on so well.
Yeah, Pierre Gasly, Victor Mayans, Jake Hill.
You didn't have to bring Victor into this.
Poor Victor.
Poor Victor.
Not the French boys.
He did quite well in the FE rookie test, though.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh no.
Okay, what have we got? So Jake Hill, Hamilton.
That's all I know.
Jake Hill, Tom Ingram, and Andrew Watson.
It was
Andrew Watson was
Tom Ingram and Jake Hill were correct.
Yeah.
The other one was...
cheeky.
Yeah, okay, you got... Hang on.
Well done, I'm very proud.
Okay, Katie is now beating you, by the way.
Here's the third one.
Did I forget to put one down for Celeste? Yes, I did. Hang on, wait. What have I done here? Italian... Hang on, the 5? Italian, Spanish. Yeah, okay, no, you are on equal points. Dan Camish.
He won and got fastest lap. Okay.
Yeah. Race 1, Tom Ingram. Race 2, Jake Hill. Race 3.
Which is funny because race 2 was when Jake Hill got his 3-place grid penalty. We love grid penalties.
Love it. Okay.
No.
So.
Okay.
Oh.
We headed to Germany for the return of Formula E.
Okay, yeah, we did.
But how many drivers retired in Berlin this weekend? And who were they?
Total.
Yes, in total for the whole weekend. How many drivers retired?
Why do you make me write those names down? That's just depressing, isn't it?
Can I make a confession?
Yeah.
I still haven't watched either one of the races yet.
Well, you're going to be depressed writing all 4 few names.
4 names.
There's 4 names, thank you.
Well, you guys get a point for how many, so yeah, well done, Alice.
Yeah, it's 4, I think.
Cheers.
But if it was any other race weekend for touring cars, I probably wouldn't have cared as much. I would have watched the races side by side. But because it was first race week of the season, I was just focused on touring cars.
Well, you'll be glad you didn't watch it when you see the names that ping up. That's what I gotta say.
Right. And now every single person's name has gone out of my head. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Look to your left. He was in fact driven into by somebody that I think you like him. I like him. Celeste likes him.
Okay.
I watched the driver's room, the cool down thingy of Buemi just being like,
oh, he was so done.
Don't talk to me.
Don't.
Literally, the first 2 are a collision to the second 2 were definitely a collision together. And it made me sad. I was texting Celeste as I was watching. I was like, "What the fuck?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, you're there now." Yeah, I am.
Yeah, she made him.
Because I was getting so excited, and then it all came crashing down.
Yes, very, very sad.
I have guessed.
Wait, is it 4?
I don't know. Surprisingly, no one DNF'd in the second race.
Yeah, someone did DNF in the second race.
Well, then Wikipedia lied to me.
Maybe it's not an official DNF.
Because if they
Oh.
completed enough lap times, it doesn't count as a DNF. Blah, blah,
Or did he... No, I think he counted... I don't know.
Nope, no one DNF'd. Nick Cassidy P1, Jake Dennis P2, John Eric Van P3, Mitch Evans P4, Antonio Felix Costa P5, Maximilian Gunther P6 with the fastest lap, Pascal Wehrlein P7, Stoffel Van Dorn P8, Nico Muller P9, Dan Tickton P10, Sasha Fenestraz, sorry Sasha, 11th, Lucas Degrassi P12, René Rast P13, Oliver Olin P14, Sergio Sotocamera P15, Nominato P16, Robin Friends P17, Jake Hughes P18, Sam Bird P19, Sebastian Buemi P20, Andre Lotterer P21, and Eduardo Motaro P22.
Yeah, well, Addo retired. He went into the pit.
Yep, this apparently didn't count as a retirement. Not that he got points for it, but... I'll triple check it through another website.
Or maybe it doesn't count as a return. I thought he did.
I think he completed enough laps for it to not count.
Yeah, yeah.
So retirement. Berlin race
Okay.
review, full race results, E-Prix results, round 8. Yep, he completed enough laps. Oh,
okay.
No, it comes up on the website saying a DNF.
I'm
But also
confused.
doesn't. Okay, so it's 5.
He's a half DNF.
He's a half DNF, so he does not count towards the statistic that I've said. Okay. what have we got?
Oh yeah. Well, I got them 4 and an Addo, and then
4.
like a
Antonio
half.
Vitz da Costa, Tickers. What does that say?
Sash.
Sasha, Jake Hughes, Stoffel Van Dorn, Antonio, and Mitch. It was Antonio Felix da Costa, Jake Hughes, Stoffel Van Dorn, and Daniel Tickton.
Oh my god, I'm not watching either. I'm not watching.
But I vividly remember Sasha Fenestras DNFing.
He did. Sasha did DNF.
Say Sasha.
But
He did DNF. I'm 100% sure he did.
I'm 100% sure. I swear that. Look, the thing is, though, is I'm pretty sure that.
Did he not?
Maybe he completed enough laps.
But then that is very confusing to me.
Races.
He definitely went into the pit and like his name got, because that was when I was I've even got a video of that, I think. I sent any of you that Snapchat where it was like all my drivers were out.
DNF, Dan Tickton, Jake Hughes, Stoffel Van Dorn, Antonio Felix da Costa.
I didn't save the Snapchat.
Sasha Fenestras finished P12 that race. Did you both get 3 each?
Yeah.
So confused. Yeah, I got 3 now.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. The final question before the bonus question.
You got.
We're in Baku this weekend,
Oh no.
where F1 returns. But who has actually won in Baku?
Like all of the drivers who won.
Yep, all the drivers who have won
List.
in Baku.
Oh god.
I can tell you it was not Sebastian Vettel.
No, I
Because
know.
he
Thank you.
decided to T-bone.
He did
my
get
boy's
a
car.
podium. Okay, we got him. We got him for sure. That he somehow did it. I think it was. It would just say 17 was the first one, so.
Mhm.
So 6. But then there could be someone who. Oh no, because there's never someone who. You just said that there's no one who won it twice, so I need to have 6 drivers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck! What am I forgetting? Wait, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh wait, we had a COVID year. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, I think I got it.
What have you
My
two
math.
been got? I've actually written names down. I know one. Give me this as a Monza question. Who's won Monza? I definitely know one. Oh. Why I've got a sinking feeling in the depths of my stomach, the very, very depth of my stomach, that Max isn't gonna win, become the only person to get 2 wins, and that fucking Alonso is gonna pull something out of somewhere in that Aston Martin. Alonso is gonna win.
Oh god.
I don't know. I've just got this hit at the bottom of my stomach. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know names.
Okay.
Mm.
Have you both got names down?
Yes.
No, I don't want to reveal my answers because I'm embarrassed.
Okay. Max, Sergio, Bottas, Danny Rick, Sir Lewis. What have you got?
Okay.
Max, Checo, Lewis, Fernando, Alonso. Katie, I just said Seb didn't win because he decided to T-bone Lewis Hamilton.
She still had faith.
I said
I
I
rate
didn't
that.
know.
No, yeah, no, fair. I rate that. She had faith in Sab. We love
It
that.
was in fact Daniel Ricciardo, Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, Sergio Perez, and Max Verstappen.
Oh, I got them all.
2,
I got 3.
1,
Wasn't sure if it was Sergio or not.
4, 5. It was. Sergio was the year before Max.
I remembered Feliz Navidad, and I was like, yep.
Okay, so currently Celeste is 2 points ahead.
I'm fine with that.
That's
Do
not
I
love.
think that you guys are going to get this bonus question 100% right? No. Do I think you're either going to get 50% of it right? Also no.
I give it to
Because I was going to do a bonus question, so I want a bonus question. So you are a bonus question, and I made it hard. Because we are Parc Femme. We are all about women in motorsport. We love supporting women in motorsport, okay? And not the past weekend just gone, but the weekend prior to that was a massive day for women in motorsport, okay? History in women's motorsport was quite literally made that weekend. 4 female drivers stood on the podium in Portimao in the LMGTE AM class. But not only did 4 women stand on that podium, for the first time in LMP2 history, a woman took pole position and started the race from that position.
Fucking dead.
Who were the 4 drivers to stand on that podium? And what was the lap time set for Dorian Pin to start on
The
pole?
lap time set? Are you a fucking joking? Oh my god.
So obviously it's a minute something.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's something. So okay, I'm
So
gonna
did you
just
put
say
the minute,
completely
right?
out. So say it was 3 minutes 50, right? I'm gonna
Right.
give you 5 up, 5 down. So you'd have 3 minutes 55 or 3 minutes 45. You don't have to get to the point, but if you get to the points, say 777 correct, bang on, you can have an extra point. But you don't have to get like the full. But as long as you get the minute something, and then the 4 female drivers that stood on that podium. So obviously 3 of them are the Iron Dames, and 1 of them was a part of another team. Women in motorsport.
Okay. Oh, that lap time is gonna screw me. Okay, because I remember us talking about the difference between all the cars. 'Cause Ian, after everything, Ian asked me, like, what's the difference now between them after quali, because he wanted to know how fast the cars progressively were. So I remember roughly what the lap times, how
I think you
much
have to
different there
remember
was
here is
between.
this is my first season properly watching WEC. So I have no clue what time the cars
Welcome.
go around the track.
So there's like, well, you know, it's a minute something.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
I'm a bit
okay,
embarrassed.
no, you're fine. This is all a complete learning curve, especially someone that doesn't watch WEC.
Yeah, I wouldn't know if this was my first season following it. I would never know. It took me, to be fair, I've been watching WEC, I think, for 5 or 6 years now, and I'm still trying to figure out who is in what
I've just
car and
seen
what
like
teams.
Yeah.
I think I've seen tweets, which is why I put her first name because I think I've seen someone tweet about her first name, but I could not tell you
That's
anything
fine.
else about her.
Do you want to do the lap
But
time first, or do you want to do the names first?
Yeah.
Yeah, both on the same thing.
That's
That's
fine.
fine.
What? Okay. What lap time have you got?
1 minute 35, whatever. I
I
don't know.
put 1:34.321.
Ooh.
It was. I'm gonna give you 2 points for that, Katie, purely for the fact it was a 1 minute 34.303.
That's nice. That is
So
really good.
you were literally like what? Couple hundredths out from like
That's
directly bang on it.
Well done.
A 1 minute 34.303 was what they put.
How the fuck have I done that?
Don't know.
I'm proud. I'm
so
very
let's get
proud.
to a point for having a 1 minute 35.
Thank
so
you.
5 out of 5 down.
Yay.
Okay.
Really, just it got to like the last three numbers, and I was like, "Fuck it, 321."
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. What names did you go for?
I can't pronounce.
We're getting Frey Booby.
Baby.
I put Bovey, Gatting. Then I put Lilo.
Yeah. Lilu. Lilu would do.
Yeah, Lilo.
Yeah.
And then Dorian, but I don't know.
And then what?
Dorian.
Payne.
No. Dorian.
I don't know whether she.
But yeah.
That's actually really good.
That did
though.
really good. Hang on. So that's wait. So let's
Yeah,
go.
I'm right.
So let's go all four.
To be fair.
One.
Okay,
two,
yeah.
three,
Maybe I'm
four.
wrong as well.
And Katie got 3 of them. Wadu, Bovey,
Yeah.
Gatting.
Bovey,
1,
Gatting,
2,
and then Lilo.
3. Nice. Celeste only beat you by 2.
Oh.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
Bang on. You got 20, 22 and 20 points. So
Oh,
I'd say
and I
that's
was
pretty
just got the
good.
silly number.
Yeah, you were basically almost bang on with that lap time, which is terrifying.
Yeah, but that's crazy.
Shall I predict the lap time? No, I'm joking.
Go on, predict it, think. I'm trying to think which, because we walked past one of the Iron Dames girls. It wasn't Sarah Bovey. I think it might have been Michelle.
It was definitely not Wardo as well.
I've not.
Frey.
It might. I think it was. I think it was Frey that we walked past, because Ian went, "Was that a driver?" And me and Celeste both looked at him and went, "That's the Iron Dames.
That's the Iron Dames.
How dare you ask
I think it was
that's
Frey,
a
yeah.
driver?" Pretty sure it was Frey. Honestly.
Yeah.
Looked like her.
You know, I don't even know what a realistic F1 lap time would be.
Around Portimao, I actually don't know what it is. So the
Portimao.
Hypercars lap, that's the race. I want qualifying. Hypercar was a 1:30.171.
Juan? Did someone say Juan?
Juan.
One.
Juan.
One between one Formula One race.
At the Portuguese Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton set the lap record. It's a 1:18.750. So the hypercars are around 12 seconds slower.
Yeah.
The LMGTE's qualifying was a 1:41.362. And we sobbed when the Iron Dames just missed out on pole.
So I'm going to make a prediction for Baku.
Oh
the
no.
qualifying lap time. It's gonna be. I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna be faster than last year.
I don't actually know what the Baku F1 lap time is. I'm gonna get it up and just not tell you what it is. Like
I'm gonna go
the record. What is
I'm gonna say
the
140. 140. 363.
363. I'm gonna go crazy and say it's 2 minutes and 5 seconds since it's gonna be pissing down with rain.
What, in Baku?
You never know. If it
Oh,
happens though,
It doesn't.
if it happens, this is on film, yeah.
It doesn't tell me
Yeah.
on Wikipedia what the lap record is, but it tells me last year's fastest lap was set by Sergio Perez. It was a 1:46.046.
Oh, that's not bad then, Katie.
Hmm.
I think that could be fair.
What is it? 140.
363. Or yeah.
I've written it down.
Imagine it happening.
Imagine that would be fucking terrifying.
I'll put money on the next race.
Yes, you should.
So
Oh.
I think in that sense, like in the quiz, we basically covered everything that was Portimao. Like Toyota won it, Ferrari, Porsche went onto the podium as well. The girly pops did incredible.
Yeah.
With Dorian Pin being the first woman in LMP2 to start on pole.
Sure.
Did get slightly triggered by Proma's tweet while we were at the track because they tweeted saying Dorian Pin would be the first woman in WEC to ever start from pole position, which is a lie because the Iron Dames were quite literally on pole in Sebring.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it
It's a lie.
popped my bottle.
You should lie.
Pretty sure they were. They were, weren't they?
Yeah. They were.
I think that was
Yeah, they
the
took the first pole of the season. It was the Iron Dames.
Yeah. Cool.
100%.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, it was. Sarah Bovey. So, yeah, was minorly triggered in the paddock about that. Because I remember it coming through and I was like, eh?
You
Did
what?
the Iron Dames mean nothing to you? But, you know.
Well, maybe it's maybe the difference between. Well, they said WEC or did they say
Yeah,
LMP2?
they did say LMP2, they said WEC. Which is why I made sure.
Yeah.
Which is why I made sure I specified that for the first time in LMP2, a woman took pole position. But it was technically Daniel Kvyat took the pole position because he was in the car, but she started the race.
Yeah.
From pole position. Yeah, so that basically covers WEC. We can't really cover MotoGP without Naomi here, so Naomi's gonna have a massive MotoGP section to it.
Naomi can have like a separate catch up with me MotoGP section.
Catch up with Moto Mummy.
Catch up with Moto Mummy.
Anything to say on IndyCar?
Good race.
It was
honestly
actually
Long Beach. I mean, I feel Long Beach has always really good races. I enjoyed Long Beach. It was a good race. So, yeah.
Yeah, not really much to say on Long Beach. Don't really feel like addressing the excessive amount of hate personally. I don't think it needs to have any more light brought to it.
Yeah, no, literally. People should just start to behave.
Yep.
Get a brain.
Quite literally. So that leaves us with one series left to cover. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see.
Poor Katie.
I'm kidding. Oh wait, no, we didn't cover Formula E. Hang on.
Wait. We kind of.
But yeah, we
kind of
covered Formula E.
With the DNFs.
With the DNFs.
Well,
Nick
the only thing I want to.
race.
Yeah, he did. The only thing I want to say about Formula E was that it was fucking brilliant. It didn't need much. It was just such good racing. Just the cars. Just a track, put the cars on it, make them race, and it works.
And the people on the track, really added to that.
I mean, they got, brought out the circuit with handcuffs on. I was like, yes, they fucking should.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that they were protesting a net zero.
I think it's... The thing is, though, is that people then made comments regarding, Formula E is electric cars and, so much, pollution goes into, creating electric cars, which, they do. But also, if you literally take 10 seconds of your time, you can get onto the Formula E website and you can read up exactly how they offset their carbon emissions.
Yeah.
Easy as that. But someone also did mention the fact that obviously the the protesters also protested at the snooker, and obviously snooker has absolutely nothing to do with climate. They just target whatever is classified as big enough to make an impact, which means that Formula E is now classified as being big.
Finally.
So
no, pretty good racing. And for anyone, if you live close or anywhere near Berlin and you want to go to the race, please do. It's my second year in a row, and I've had the best weekend. It's just go to Formula E, people. Watch it, go to it. It's amazing.
So that means, we can finish for the day. I think the podcast. Go on, Katie. What happened at the British Touring Cars Championship as it makes its return this weekend?
It was a very good weekend. I know we said it earlier about how, like Celeste said it earlier about how, like, having the gap, you realise, like, you love watching, like, other motorsports and how it's not just Formula One. But it made me realise how just that one-off thingy of, I'm going to go and watch, like, the touring cars again, how much I fell in love with the championship. Like, it's the first race season, like, first race weekend of the season. I know, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. But it was just such a mix. Like, it wasn't sort of like the F1 where you've got, like, your three that you know are going to be on the podium.
Yeah.
So, I've got to get my notes. Dan Camish. So, he's raced, like, obviously for a while. It is his first win. No, wrong person. My notes are wrong. Hang on.
Oh.
Right, no, cut that. Right, no, Dan Camish, he is a very nice bloke. He's like a genuinely down to earth bloke. When I met him at Brands, he was taking time to talk to everyone. So, like, some of the other drivers was like rushing through because they wanted to just get back into their driver's room.
Wait, did you meet Jake Hill?
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on. I said, and then said, carry on.
No, but yeah, so Dan Camish won 2 out of the 3 races, which is insane. It was a very wet weekend, but it was Tom Chilton. Tom Chilton hasn't won a touring car race in 4 years, and then he won his obviously first sort of race again. Yeah, it was his first at Donington since 2004. So he's been racing.
Oh my god!
Since 2000. Yeah. It was a good day. The first race. Let me tell you, Jake Hill went from literally leading in the first corner of the first lap. There was an incident. My point of view is, as Jake Hill found it being unbiased, Ash Sutton came across to the right. Jake Hill had nowhere to go. They touched bumpers, so front bumper to back bumper, but it caused enough damage for Ash Sutton that he had to retire. And he was sort of like doing the interviews afterwards, saying Jake Hill should have pulled back. In my opinion, it was a racing incident. Like, he shouldn't have had to have pulled back because he didn't make any move to turn left into He was just going straight across, and Ash Sutton came across. But yeah, so he was leading all the way until 3 laps towards the end. 3 laps. And he came second.
Oh.
And then, yeah.
Painful.
Yeah, so Dan Camish got round him. It was a very beautiful overtake. Came first, Jake Hill came second, and then I believe it was Ingram came third. Yes, Ingram came third. So reigning champion came third, which wasn't the first race of the season that he'd won, but I think he can sit happy knowing he got good points and a podium. But the highlight of race one was Andrew Watson. Now, if you watch endurance racing, you sort of know who Andrew Watson is. He's raced 24 hours of Le Mans. He's done 24 hours of Daytona, 24 hours of Spa. He's
He
got
really
class
likes to think
podium.
for 24 hours, clearly.
Yeah, he's got
Definitely
class
endurance
podium
racer.
in 6 hours of Monza, and I believe it's the 8 hours of Bahrain. He got a class podium as well. So he really likes his endurance racing, and he's come over to touring cars to give front wheel drive cars a go. And he literally was the star of the show. He made it up to fourth, and he was something like point point zero no 0.3 seconds off of taking third on his debut race.
It's crazy.
So he was. Everyone was sort of like, oh, he's going to be coming in. He's going to be a big shot. He's not going to do very well, but no, he can handle a car very well, very very well. But touring cars have an award called the Jack Sears Trophy, and it's awarded to drivers who haven't got a podium ever in touring cars, but obviously score points. So because he didn't make it onto the podium, but he came the highest out of all the ones eligible, he won the trophy for that weekend, for that race.
Aw.
Yeah, so it's like a separate championship for people that know that they're not going to get podiums,
Mm.
but they can still fight for something,
Mhm.
which I think is really good for like the likes of like Jade Edwards, who you know she's because she's a woman. I say because she's a woman, but it is because she has fought so hard for her seat this year. Like I didn't even realize that she'd got signed until Alice went, Katie, look at this tweet, and I was like, what? I was like,
I
yeah, she
literally,
fought
I literally
so
went to her. I was
hard.
like, Katie, I'm gonna send you a tweet. You're gonna. I was like, this is gonna be the best news you've ever heard in your entire life. And she said, it's Jade Edwards racing in British touring cars. Like without even thinking for a second, she was like, that was her first guess, and I sent it to her. And she went,
Yeah, so yeah, she's obviously fought hard to get to where she is, but she still knows she's not in a machinery that could get her championship like fighting, but she still has something that she can go for. The likes of Nicholas Hamilton, he can still go for something like that. It's just nice having a separate championship that can also be fought for
Yeah,
without
I like
having.
that.
it's good.
Yeah.
Race two, Tom Chilton obviously won. This one was fun, not a funny race. It wasn't a funny race, but it was a funny race. They all thought that the track was going to dry, so they all put slicks on, and then the heavens. So there was some people that went, no, I'm just going to stick with wet, so I don't want to drive in the slicks. And they were the people that were up high, fighting for the win. And everyone else had to pit, which in touring cars, you don't pit. It's such like a high-paced thing. You go out on your tyres. You very rarely do you see them pit and come back out because there's just no point. You just retire the car at that point. But yeah, people were pitting to change the tyres to come back out. One of the other rookies, Ronan Pearson, he came third on his debut touring cars. So he graduated from Minis and he's part of the driving academy for the team that he's out with now. So he was in their driving academy. He did kind of what Lando Norris did, where he sort of interned for them with like the mechanics. But yeah, he got podium, but he was disqualified from the race result because his car failed to meet
Oh,
race ride height checks.
that's so sad.
Yeah, which is it's gutting because it's not something that's his fault. Like he's done like the drive of his life so far,
Yeah.
but because it's something out of his control. But at the end of the day, he's still the one driving the car. So, and then race three, Dan Camish did a lights to flag finish. I can't even pick out a bit. It was just carnage. It really was just sort of a scrap for getting any points you can. I think it finished Ingram then Sutton. Yes, Ingram then Sutton. I could be wrong. I wasn't really paying attention at that point. I was so tired. I was hungover, severely, and I was crying because Jake Hill had a penalty. So I was just
Fair
getting
enough.
flashbacks,
Fair.
war flashbacks. Yeah. But for touring cars, yeah, that's it. The mini challenge, there was a very bad accident in the final race on the Sunday. It looked like he went unconscious behind the wheel. Like at one point he was unconscious behind the wheel, but I don't know what happened before caused the crash. But either way, when the car stopped against the wall, he was slumped over the steering wheel, which is never a nice view to see.
No.
ITV and touring cars were superb because they showed it a couple times afterwards, but not to like the Bahrain extent of F1. They weren't constantly showing it. They showed it twice when they were explaining what happened. They showed nothing of the car being recovered, nothing of him being extracted. They kept all the cameras off, partially because touring cars was then racing straight afterwards, but there would have been a delay after that. But I think they Mini Challenge tweeted and said that he was conscious, awake, he was fine. He was just being sent to hospital for further checks. So he's all good. But yeah, it was a very good race weekend, and it's back on the 6th and 7th of May at Brands Hatch on the Indy circuit, which I will be at. I'm excited. So excited.
I will in fact be travelling home that weekend. Yay!
Yeah.
There's lots to come these next few weeks. Do you know what is to come this weekend? Talking of girly pops, the F1 Academy starts this weekend.
You cut out most of it for me.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I was going to say, so you guys seem really unexcited by this. The F1 Academy starts this weekend.
Yeah, F1 Academy, yeah. I heard you say something about good release, and I was like, what is... F1 Academy. Oh, I'm really excited, though. I really hope it's good.
I wish they would just tell us where it's being broadcasted.
Yes. I really want to know. Because I have a feeling my, like, Sego or Viaplay is not going to do it. I hope they just do a free YouTube. Maybe?
Yeah, I'm hoping it's at least like YouTube or something, like
YouTube or a website, Facebook, whatever. But
it's technically on par with F4 in terms of like where it sits. Like it goes F4, and then you have like your Formula regionals like Fracca and Framek and all that, and then it's F3, then it's F2. So most of the time F4 and like Framek and stuff are streamed on YouTube.
Always streamed, yeah.
So I'm hoping it's just the same as that, but it'd be ridiculous for them to not stream it. Like, you have live timings, but like, I want to watch the racing.
I want to watch it, yeah. I definitely
want to see
watch
what's happening. So
yeah, 100%.
I'm hoping they come out with something soon.
Yeah.
Someone said they think it's going to be on F1 TV, which doesn't help UK people because we can't watch races on F1 TV anyway, which then makes me think they'd be on Sky. But
the thing is, though, with all of it, is that obviously F1 and F2 are on that same weekend, so there's no break in between F1 and F2 when F1 Academy could be on.
Yeah.
There's no point in putting it on afterwards because everyone goes onto the track and just shit shows anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people will be like, oh, I can miss the F1 Academy and just get there for the F2. So I think it's going to be a hard thing logistically, but yeah, I don't know.
F1 Academy have already started beef with me for the fact that I liked the concept of F1 Academy more than I preferred the concept of W Series, because W Series felt like a championship and it felt like segregation of women in motorsport, which WEC's proven we do not need a segregation in motorsport. But with F1 Academy, it doesn't feel like it's a championship. It feels more like, and what their aim is to be, is to give these girls the opportunity to race with teams that are well known in the feeder series industry. get experience under our belt, get experience with the teams and the personnel and everything like that, so that it gives them more of a gateway into getting into things like Freca and Fremek and F2 and F3.
Exactly.
With the amount of testing they have, like, because it's not just racing, like, they have more testing days than they do racing days. So, you know, it's all about development of female drivers, but you also need to give them the exposure, because it's not just about teams and, you know, having teams recognize them. It's also all about sponsors as well, and giving them absolutely no exposure is not helping benefit these girls at all. But on top of that, them making it so that every single F1 Academy race weekend next season will be on F1 weekends just completely defeats the point.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, it's for more exposure, but start the exposure now, but at least letting us watch the racing.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see what B retweeted or posted?
Who?
Is it Bianca?
Bianca Bustamante?
Yeah. Yeah. That Esteban Ocon did an interview about how she did like a day with like Alpine.
Yes. Yeah, she was, well, because she's a part of, I think it's 321 Project, which is like a training facility thing that he's also totally a part of or something. And she's a big fan of him. So
yeah, they did like a practice, like just a day of testing different like physiological things. And he was like, she's like one of the most hardworking, like,
honestly,
so
she doesn't
stop. The fact that she's got that backing as well, she's got someone sort of there fighting a corner.
Yeah,
I could quite see him sort of being not big brother, but you know what I mean, like sort of come talk to me if you need to.
Yeah, which I think's good. I think it's good for, you know, because like there's 15 drivers on that grid, because Bianca, whichever you want to call her, races in car number 16, but there's only 15 cars on the grid, because no one races in car number 13, because she explained this, because the teams got to pick what numbers they wanted on the cars between 1 and 15, because like no one's won the championship yet. So Prema picked the last few numbers, which were 13, 14, 15. But in Italy, 13 is like, so like everyone always goes, oh, 13 is such an unlucky number, but apparently in Italy it's such a massive thing that 13 is a very very bad number. So they said, we're not having car number 13, we're having 14, 15, 16. So that's the reason why there's no car number 13. And she said that the 3 Prema girls all picked out of the hat on who wanted first dibs, and she got the last draw, which was car number 16. And she said that she was glad that she actually got car number 16, because she's driving a red car with the number 16 on, which is for an Italian team, and Charlotte is one of her favourite drivers. So she, you know, she's happy with that. I love that. That's so iconic. But I'm so excited. The one thing I do have pressing issues with, which I feel like some people are like, I feel like you're being over dramatic. So you know how Alpine exist, right? And their main sponsor is BWT. So Alpine for the first 3 races of the season been running the pink livery and will now race the blue livery, which I am very not happy with. I keep the pink livery. Anyway, Alpine have a driver academy, and obviously Aiden Neat drove his little... No. Sorry, my email notification just went off. Aiden Neat sported his Alpine livery.
Oh, is this about the boots, right?
Car this weekend, right? It's blue.
Yeah.
Blue with a pink blue with a pink halo, right? Fair enough. Abby Pulling is also a part of the Alpine Academy. It's Abby Pulling. She's got a pink car. Absolutely none of the other Alpine Academy drivers, or the F2 and the F3 Alpine Academy drivers, all have blue cars with a pink halo. Why does the girl have the pink car? Unless Abby Pulling herself said, actually, I want a pink car. Because personally, if that was me, and I was an Alpine Academy driver, and they tried to give me a blue car, I'd say, absolutely no chance in hell, give me the pink car. So I hope she's got a pink car, because she said, I want the pink car, and it's not Alpine going, pink is for girls, blue is for boys, because that would really grind my gears.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it is just a case of she wanted the pink car, so she got the pink car. But part of me feels like it might be the other option. But I like a pink car, so I am not complaining about seeing a pink car at F1 Academy if we knew when to watch it.
Honestly.
But, yeah.
Oh god.
I think that's everything covered.
I think we got it all.
Yeah. Nice. Lots to come, lots to come. Hopefully there'll be another podcast out after this. So currently as we're filming this, it's Monday the 24th. I fly to Celeste's on Friday, and obviously we're in Belgium for the weekend. And then I'm driving back with Celeste, and I'm staying at Celeste's Monday to Saturday.
Yeah.
So, if we do film a podcast, then both of us might be in that
The same.
the same seat. But we'll probably try and get a podcast out for her. I need something to preoccupy me when Celeste abandons me, so.
Oops.
But yeah, so hopefully there will be. If not, it'll be after, and we'll have lots to debrief. But we'll have lots to debrief anyway, because we've got F1, F2, WEC, F1 Academy. Is that it?
Indy?
IndyCar?
What is Indy? Indy the week after.
Depends on when we
maybe.
do it. If we did it next week, we wouldn't have touring cars. If we did it the weekend afterwards, it would be touring cars.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out, is if we did it.
Oh
the
yeah,
following week.
Indy.
Yeah,
It's Indy Grand
IndyCar.
Prix.
Yeah.
Is there moto?
Hmm?
Or is it a break? Is there moto or is it a break?
I'm
I don't know
a
if
bit out
Naomi's
of MotoGP.
if Naomi's here, Naomi will give a MotoGP update. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's everything.
I think so, yeah. We got it.
When this goes up, there should be a Spa vlog coming the same week. Okay, should
Yeah,
be.
there's lots of content on like Instagram and TikTok of us going to
Yes.
Portimao, me going to Berlin, so check that out.
More will come in Spa.
Yes.
The Portimao vlog will be up already, so you can go check that out on the YouTube and check out all the other content that we've got out. More to come. When I'm at Celeste, we should be filming some more content as well, because we meant to film some in Portimao. But my god, you do not
We were
realise
so
how
tired.
exhausting
Yeah.
it is being in like 29-degree heat, like UV9, for
Mhm.
like 14 hours a day.
Yeah. We were shattered.
It was just
Just
absolutely
wanted sleep.
knackering, especially when you have to be up at like 6 a.m. and stuff like
I was
that.
gonna
It's
say we all
just-
traveled a lot that day as well, so
Yeah. So there should be some content when I come to stay at Celeste, because we've got like a week to film stuff. So hopefully some more content after the vlogs will be out, and then it'll be looking for the Le Mans content. Fun. But yeah,
yes.
thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Let us know how you did in the quiz and everything down below. And let us know if you want to see any other content from us. If you're listening on Spotify, Google, or Apple, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating. It'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you give us a follow on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Don't know why for you guys that's not picking up. It's picking up on my mic. Yeah, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, parkfem_, and yeah, we'll see you guys next week for another potting.
Ciao.
Ciao Bella. Ciao
Bella.
Bella.
Ciao bella.